Hi, I'm Willie Mayette from PianoWithWillie.com. I want to welcome you to this week's Willie Answers on arpeggios. This is part of the Faster Fingers series. This is volume 2, right? This is going to be on arpeggios. I'm going to go through every key. So we're going to start with the key of C, and we're going to go through D flat, D, E flat, and so on. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to play with proper fingering the major 7th arpeggio, okay, so major 7th, the minor 7th, and then also the dominant 7th arpeggio. We're going to do it both hands. We're going to do it hands together. I'm going to show you slow so you'll know exactly what fingering and what notes to play. So we're going to do all 3 of those. So 3 times 12 keys, you're going to learn 36 different arpeggios with the proper fingering. All right. In addition to that, I'm going to talk about how to work on, getting faster at those arpeggios, getting smoother at those arpeggios. I have a whole chapter just on, or 2 chapters just on working on that cross and the fluidity of the cross and the arpeggio. I'm also going to show you these neat exercises that you can do with arpeggios, right, to really challenge yourself. Things like, you work on an arpeggio, and then, combine things like your chromatic scale or major scale. Do things like do an arpeggio in one hand while doing major scales in the right hand, switching. There's a lot of stuff which will really give you some nice stuff that you can use for your improvisation. We're also going to do some of this really cool stuff in which we're doing these kind of like these upper structure triads along with arpeggios. Right, so that's some real nice stuff, especially for those of you that are interested in jazz and getting some of those big sounds. You can use that right in your improvisation. You can bring in those arpeggios. Right, and then now in volume 3, this is volume 2. I'm just giving you a sneak peek. In volume 3, we're going to go through the jazz, improvisational type stuff that you can use using these arpeggios. Okay, so basically, you want to go through these arpeggios because in volume 3, when we get to that in a couple of weeks, we're going to take these ideas and then start to apply them into a jazz improvisational situation. There are no MIDI files for this lesson. The reason for that is I want you to focus on getting down the exercise, not just taking a look at a MIDI file and the exact notes that I'm playing. In fact, I'm not really doing much improvisation on this. It's really just practicing and playing an exercise. So I want you to focus more on getting down the exercises and starting to understand how these exercises are created so that you can start to create your own. The last chapter I gave you kind of a wrap-up, and I gave you 10 different ideas that you can start with for practicing these arpeggios. So if you want to jump there first and print out that sheet and take a look at it, that might be a good idea. All right, so anyway, I hope you join me in the lesson. There's a lot to learn in this, and this will really help loosen up those fingers and get those arpeggios down for you. So I'll see you in the first chapter.